Our next privileged speaker
Go,
is
Christian.
Mr. Christian.
Go on, man! Go on in! Anong nangyari sa kanya?
Hintay niya, magaling. Marunong.
Okay. Mabait, mabata.
To my dear panel judges, distinguished guests, friends, classmates, and other fellow students, a pleasant afternoon.
You're the man. Kaya mo yan, pare.
Ako ay isang anak mahirap.
Patay.
Lagi na lang ako nagsusumika. Grade 1 lang ang inabot ko, norig-noray pa ako. Paano na ngayon ang buhay ko? Isang kahig, isang tuka, ganyan kaming mga dukha.
Nagpapakinggan mo lang siya.
Isang kahig, isang tuka, ganyan kaming mga dukha. Before you stands a young man who may appear fine physically, but is deeply troubled with what is happening in our country, with what is going on in our nation.
Patay, oh. Yun ang maganda.
You may be wondering, why would a simple teenager like me be worried with the economic stand of our country? The answer is simple.
Nanginginig ako?
Because it is not just your country. It is my country too.
Oy.
The Philippines is now suffering from widespread poverty. Economic crisis now wraps the vast lands of our nation. How did it get this far? And how did it become this bad? Every day, I walk by children begging on the streets. Children who are so helpless, so ragged, and so hungry.
You're the man.
On the television, I see young men who end up in prison cells because of robbery, drugs, and other crimes no one thought they could do. I see young women who enter the world of prostitution to make a living for the sake of survival. The root of all this, I believe, is poverty. But who is to blame? We have leaders in the government who are supposed to be held liable for all this. But are they actually doing their jobs? Perhaps some, but not all. I hope you agree if I say that some of our government officials, when we see them on the media, have a bad image.
Yeah, that's
The reason
right.
behind this? Corruption. It seems when they get to the point of being at their seats, they get blinded by money. In one movie I watched, Uncle Ben told Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. Ang galing, Dana.
If power is misused, a great downfall is to follow. My dear audience, our country is faced with one of the biggest problems, but it seems none of us seem to bother to act on it. I still believe that we are the hope of this nation. That in our hands lies the fate of our country.
You're the man.
Yes, I still believe in what our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, said years ago. We could put an end to this poverty. We could be the change, the difference this country has been longing for. Our recent university days were celebrated with the theme, I am made in HAU, carrying the initials of I, A, and M. I've given these initials a meaning of my own. Influence, act, and move. John F. Kennedy once said, "Do what you can do for your country, and not what your country can do for you."
Yes.
Now I ask you, what can you do for this country? What can you do for our nation? Before I end, with you, I leave a challenge. Influence for the good. Act for the better. And move for the best. Isang kahig, isang tuka. Ganyan kami mga dukha. Thank you and a pleasant afternoon.